Welcome back for today's college basketball pick video play heading into Friday's action for December 13, 2019. In this one, talking about this Big Ten affair as the Nebraska Cornhuskers go on the road, take on the Indiana Hoosiers. Going to give our lean on where we see the better value against the spread, and the home team Indiana coming in as considerable favorites in this conference matchup, giving 16.5 points. So first, to open things up with Nebraska, they're at 4-5 overall, and it's been a pretty ugly start to the regular season. For the Cornhuskers, right out of the gate, they opened up on their home court with back-to-back losses against UC Riverside, as well as Southern Utah. Now, after that point, it looked like the Huskers might be figuring things out, turning things out around a little bit, with some nice victories over teams like South Dakota State, as well as Washington State, but then they had that 19-point loss against George Mason, and then in their last two outings, both coming on the road, falling to Georgia Tech by a final of 56-73, as well as in their last outing falling to Creighton by a final of 76-95, and this is going to be the third straight true road game in a row for Nebraska. We'll see if fatigue plays a factor for this struggling group. The home squad of the Indiana Hoosiers, they've gotten off to a better start than probably many were expecting. Now, they haven't necessarily gone against the toughest schedule by any means, but they've been pretty solid at 9-1. They opened up Big Ten play with a really disappointing 20-point loss at Wisconsin. That is the one defeat that we've seen from the Hoosiers this season. Some of their better results would be their 16-point victory recently against Florida State. Their last outing, they were also able to take down UConn in a competitive matchup by a final of 57-54. So the Hoosiers have clearly had a much better season thus far than Nebraska. In Indiana, they bring in the clear edge on the offensive side of the ball. They're putting up over 80 points per game in relation to the Huskers, who actually don't necessarily mind in playing in some of these up-tempo games themselves, putting up 73 points per game. But the real difference, even more so on the offensive end, it comes on the defensive end, as the Nebraska Cornhuskers, they're giving up over 77 points per game, while Indiana is giving up around 64. So given their strong home court advantage, the fact that Nebraska is heading into their third straight true road game, and the Huskers have had a ton of stinkers so far this season, we feel like Indiana, even though they are giving a ton of points, they're still going to be the slightly better value bet in this one, siding with the home team, taking the Indiana Hoosiers, giving those 16.5 points. If you agree, give the video a thumbs up. Disagree, give it a thumbs down. You can check out all of our college basketball picks every single day over at stumpthespread.com, which is linked down in the video description.